Miles to Go, Chapter 41. Napoleon said, "My life changed the day I learned a man would die for a blue ribbon." My life changed the day I read that. Alan Christopherson's diary. We left the lodge by 8:30 a.m. The road into Montana was a steep downgrade. At noon, we stopped at Mangold's General Store and Motel in Haugen. After stocking up on a few supplies, we walked 50 yards west to the Montana Bar and Grill. A large black Labrador was lying in front of the bar's entrance. He didn't move, so we just stepped over him. The bar's interior was decorated with bear and cougar pelts and ram, elk, and deer heads alongside a bizarre assortment of snowmobile carcasses. As we entered, Keilami looked at the animals and said, "Welcome to the Room of Death." Country music played over the loudspeaker, accompanied by the whirring electronic sounds and bells coming from a bank of video poker games. Fire crackled in a large rock fireplace, and on the wall behind a green felt pool table a handwritten sign hung. 8-ball break. Sink the 8-ball on your break and win the pot. Bartender must see it to pay out. $1 to play. There was one man sitting at the bar and one playing video poker. As we entered, the bartender shouted out to us, "Sit anywhere!" We sat down at a table near the front door as the man brought our menus. "What's good?" I asked. "House specialty steamer clams cooked in garlic and white wine. I'll give you a minute to look over your menus. Can I get you a beer?" "No, I'll just have some water." "Me too," Keilami said. Steamer crabs isn't exactly something you'd expect to find in a cowboy bar in northern Montana, but the clams turned out to be quite good, and I finished an entire plate of them. Keilami ordered a bowl of tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. As we were finishing our meals, Keilami said, "I've been meaning to ask you something." "Go ahead." "The other night, when you pulled the gun on those guys, why did you point it at the skinny kid? He was the only one who wasn't doing anything to me." "Psychology," I said. She squinted. "Psychology?" "It's like this. A man will die for his honor. If I take aim at the ringleader, he either looks like a coward or he takes a chance and makes me shoot him. Both bad scenarios. If I point it at the other two guys, they're feeling intense peer pressure from the ringleader, so again, they may do something stupid and not have to shoot him. The skinny kid had already proved that he didn't want any part of it, so by picking him, the other three can save face, feel like heroes for saving their friend, and walk away. You gotta give people a way out, or else the circumstances will take over. Man, you're smart. Did you really think of all that quickly? No. Actually, the skinny kid was the closest. I figured I probably wouldn't miss him. Keilami started laughing. "You're such a dork." We finished eating and stepped back over the dog on our way out. "Montana reminds you that the Wild West still exists," I said. Keilami said, "Wait until you see Wyoming." We put in 27 miles that day, walking through beautiful raw country. About 5 miles past Haugen, we passed a sign that read, "Historic Tree Nursery." It wasn't the historic part I found odd so much as the idea of the nursery itself in the middle of a forest. A tree nursery in this land of endless forest is like claiming a saltwater lake in the middle of the ocean. "Maybe that's why it's historic," Keilami said. "Did I tell you the one about the duck?" I shook my head. "I don't think so. A duck walks into a drugstore and asks for a tube of chapstick. The cashier says to the duck, 'That'll be $1.49. The duck replies, 'Put it on my bill.' I think I'll laugh for about 5 minutes.